Hi, I'm Andrea Gonzalez of Andrea Gonzalez Motivations. I am here to greet you with love, inspire you with hope, challenge you for change, and impact you for life. It is Wednesday. Work It Out Wednesday is our tag for Wednesdays. I just want to be before you for a split second to talk to you about the art of seeing things through. Quick story about myself. I like being transparent because as I'm on this road to motivate and to inspire people, I also want you to know that I am very human. I am like you. I get stuck. I get turned around, get twisted around. Sometimes I lose my focus, but it's not those things that I keep in front of me. I continue to do what I'm doing with you is I talk to myself. I continue to bring myself back in, bring my mind back in, bring my focus back in, bring my perspectives back in. So the art of seeing it through. Quick little story. I have an older brother and two younger sisters. I'm the oldest daughter of four to my family. My baby sister, until the last year, has been married, educated, but it was just her and her husband. And so all along, I have been married with children at a very early age, raising a family, but I have always accomplished various goals in my life. From one degree to another degree to starting businesses to embarking on entrepreneur and different aspects and network marketing. I'm always doing something. That's what my baby sister says. Her name is Angela. She says, Andrea, you're always doing something. And she says, and I have no idea how at this present time in your life that you are working full time, you're in college getting your graduate's degree full time, you're working overtime on your job, you participate in your union events, you are active at church, as well as you have at the time 3 children, and you were unmarried. How in the heck do you manage to do all of this? How do you even get up every day and keep doing all of this? And so it was kind of interesting that she said that to me because this was a while ago. Because I don't remember calculating any thoughts about doing it. I remember thinking to myself, the company that I work for was going through a spiral downtrend effect. And I was actually afraid that my children and I were not going to have all of the necessary provisions in life that we needed. Not only that, but I like having opportunities. I like having choices. And so in order to have choices, you have to do different things that afford you those opportunities and those choices. I promised my children as we packed up and left our hometown and I moved to follow my job, I explained to my children I felt so hurt because I didn't have any family or friends. It was like unfamiliar territory coming and moving down to this area. Now, I've got great friends now, a new family, all that's great. But in the interim, it was very disheartening. It was very scary. It was very frightful. I'm talking to you about the art of seeing it through. So I promised my children that the next time we uprooted and moved, it was not to chase after my job, but it would be to chase after a career. So that is how I decided to further my education. So if the job ever said, again, Andrea, well, we have to close up shop here and you have to follow your job over here, I had opportunity to say, nope, I have obtained my degree, and so I am not following you, but I'm going to follow a new path. I just wanted the ability to have different choices if that should have came up in our life again. So what my sister was saying is, how are you able to see things through so great with all of the things that you're juggling? At the time, it was just her and her husband. She's like, I can't seem to finish my graduate degree. I start, I stop. I start, I stop. I get motivated. I get, inspired. I go, I take a class. I get unmotivated and I check out. And so like I said before, I don't ever remember thinking to myself that I had an option. I was very nervous about packing up my family and moving them to keep chasing my job. I wanted to get off this roller coaster and take myself out of this huge pot of where everyone was going to be affected and put myself into a smaller pot where greater opportunities were going to that I could afford to take advantage of because of the sacrifice that I made, which was getting my education. I don't want it to seem like I'm rambling, but I'm really talking about the art of seeing it through. All of us go through periods of starting things and stopping things, starting things and stopping things. We are on a high when we hear about it, and we go to the meetings and we get the training and all of these things. Even with a new job, whatever it is, you're on this big high, you're on this mountaintop high, and then you get used to it, you get complacent, you get settled into it, and then what starts to happen is that desire, that high, comes down. When the high comes down, that which excited you about being there no longer excites you. It no longer keeps your focus. Money can only keep you focused for so long. There has to be something else. So sticking to it, the art of sticking to it. I only want to say that when you stick to something, when you accomplish something, you give yourself an advantage of a greater level of success. So mothers, we teach our children to stick with stuff. Don't just start something and then quit because you've gotten aggravated, frustrated about it. You've lost interest in it. We do it with our children. Most of us that have spouses or, significant others, we do it with them. We tell them, you can do this. It's not a big deal. Get up, put your game face back on and get in there and do it. But why don't we always do that for ourselves? Women are big givers. We're givers of ourselves. We're givers of our emotions. We're givers of our time, and we're great at it. Overall, generally speaking, we're great at it. But there are a lot of things that we start. How many have you started to read a book and you haven't completed that book? And it might only be, between 100 and 200 pages, not a lot. But we start and stop a lot of things. And then before you know it, you start looking over your life. You start looking at what you started and what you stopped, what you could have accomplished, where you could be, where you are, where you want to be. The art of finishing a thing, the art of seeing something through, it brings a sense of great accomplishment to you. It brings a sense of value, a sense of self-worth. I am trying to talk today about the art of you seeing things through. I don't care what that thing is. I don't care if it was you wanted to take a basket weaving class. Don't just start it, but see it through to the end. I don't care if you want to build a playhouse for your children in the backyard. Don't just start it. The kids look outside and, this summer all they got is the sandbox. Well, what happened to the swing set? What happened to the slide? See it through. Seeing it through gives you a sense of belonging. You can look at that and say, pat on the back, you did a good job. So I want you today to challenge yourself, to work it out within you. Look at the things in your life that you have started and stopped, started and stopped, start and stop, start and stop. And ask yourself, why have I not completed that thing? Why didn't I see that thing through? Be honest with yourself. I'm very honest with myself. Why did I complete my education? Did I do it because I wanted my kids to be proud of me? A little bit. Did I do it because of the fear of my job shutting down and sending me somewhere else? A little bit. But after I got started, after I got going into a couple of classes, I really did it because I don't like starting things and not finishing them. As I'm raising my children at the time, I wanted them to understand that what you put your hand to, according to scripture, I love the Bible. It says, when you put your hand to the plow or when you commit to doing something, see it through. Or it says also in there that you're not fit to finish it if your thought process is to start and to stop. So am I saying that you're not fit to finish it? No, I'm saying that if you thought of doing it, if you conceived in your heart to do it, if you prepared and started to do it, if you interacted into doing it, you can finish it. I have a quote. I hope that I'm helping you. I'm helping myself because I am very interested in motivating people with just everyday life. It has nothing to do with trying to be, this or that. I want to be a person that inspires people to live a better life today, not tomorrow. To recognize what we're doing today and how we can enhance our life personally, professionally, spiritually, emotionally by just recognizing what we're doing and how tweaking it a little bit, changes can make a great deal of difference. Pride is not the only substance felt when a thing is complete, but rather the inner joy of accomplishment to the very end. That is something that I say to myself. I say it to my children. I say it to friends and family that are around me. The art of seeing things through. Complete what you start. You will feel so good about you. Work it out within you so you can work it out outside of you and that you can be the better person that you always knew you could be. I love you. I hope today has been an awesome day for you. Work it out Wednesday. Work it out. Seeing things through. Have a great day.